am by trade an aromatherapist, hence all the little bottles behind me. And I write books about medicinal plants. And I was researching a book on lemon balm, which is Melissae officinalis. And in the herbal medicine, right back in medieval times, I kept coming across the same thing. The Melissae were priestesses of the ancient Greek goddess Demeter. I was like, what's that mean? Who were they and what were their function? And then eventually they gate crashed and became a book in their own right. And so they were bee shamans, it turns out. Melissa is the ancient word for bee. And they were very powerful women who pretty much ran Greece, really. It was, if there's a temple that's built to a goddess, it was built by the priestesses, by their money. And the book is about learning who they were, putting together their history, because there was very little written about them, and discovering that there are actually still Melissae at work in the world today, and learning to be a Melissae. So one of the challenges I had was everybody kept asking me when I was writing it, well, who is it for? And I was like, well, there's so many different kinds of people. So the first was that it's definitely fascinating to anybody who's interested in women's history, because a lot of it really contradicts what we've been told about the women of ancient Greece. It's certainly fascinating if you're interested in bees, particularly if you are a beekeeper, because once you start looking, you can see that a lot of the Greek rituals seem to be talking about things that go on in the hive. So that's really fascinating. If you're like me and you're into medicinal plants, then really it's fascinating to look at how many times history has said a plant is in a ritual because of this, and realizing, no, it doesn't do what you've said. You're a historian, you're not a herbalist. And really looking and changing what the interpretation might be based on knowing what the plant could do. And of course, if you are interested in Greek mythology at all, then fascinating things there. And I think that there's a little bit there for everybody to really kind of just enjoy being you and what you really enjoy about yourself, whether it's myths or whether it's medicine or you love your bees. It's quite a journey of adventure into the past. I was writing Meeting the Melissae, the ancient bee priestesses of Demeter, in lockdown. And I had a daughter who was a paramedic on the front line and a son who was homeschooling with me at home. And I was also having to learn some of the work that the priestesses did, which was dream weaving. So anything to do with the routine went out of the window. I was up in the middle of the night talking to people in the States and juggling everything together. But I tried to do 4 hours writing every day. And normally that would be get up at 7, start work at 7, work till 11. But it just went out the window and there was no routine at all. It was just keep plowing forward. So many things. I would say stay away from Mars bars. They will be bad forever. Never stop doing the splits, because when you're old like me, you will regret it. But I think the biggest thing that I would say is you are odd. You don't fit in. And when you're older, you won't really like that. So stop worrying about it now, because you'll waste so many years trying to be the same as everybody else. You are different, and everybody is. I hope that people who read Meeting the Melissae will be really interested in different ways that women have been perceived over time, and really question the way that women are treated now in different environments, and just check in with themselves about the preconceptions that they have about what women are, what they can do, and what they're capable of.